All right, everybody, welcome back to Kitchen Science Cooks. As you can see, we're doing something a little weird today, but I promise it's all going to make sense here in just a moment. And today we're going to go ahead and make our own pork steaks, or more specifically, I'm going to show you how to cut some pork steaks and actually show you where on this beautiful pork butt is the bunny muscle. Now, of course, when you're putting one of these things together and you're buying them at the store, you want to make sure that they still have that bone attached. And when we cut these guys here in a moment, we're actually going to try to cut them into 1.5 to 2.5 inch steaks. So first we need to go ahead and get it out of the bag. And this is the way that I like to do it. I like to try to catch all of the blood in the bottom, all of the liquid in the bottom of the bag, excuse me. And then we want to make sure that we can pat it dry really well. One, this is for safety so that it doesn't slide all over the place. And two, it's to make sure that when we apply the seasoning here in a little while, it's easier to apply that seasoning. Get all of it off of there. Next, we're going to go ahead and we are going to get our very fine tooth blade on our hacksaw. Now, this blade is about 18 TPI or 18 teeth per inch. So as soon as we get through that bone, we want to go ahead and grab our knife, cut through that top fat cap, and voila, our steaks are done. Now, at this point, we have some bone pieces sitting on there that we need to make sure we scrape off, because trust me, you do not want to have that on there. And here we go. Here are the rest of our steaks. A couple are going to get cooked today. We've got our pork steaks cut. So what we want to do now is dress them. So I like to use Cholula as a nice binder. Get a really good rub all the way around. And then just standard kosher salt and black pepper. You want to make sure that you end up getting all sides of this. As you notice, I'm getting both top and bottom. I'm also going to get the edges in the front and everything else. And then we're going to let it sit, and we're going to go light the egg, and this is going to marinate for probably about, do like a wet marinade, but kind of dry marinade for about a half hour, 45 minutes before it goes on the egg. And then I'm going to walk you through how that process works of how this cooks on the egg. Okay, so as you can see, I've got most of the charcoal sitting on the side over here, and I've got a little bit down here. See if we got anything left in here. All right, so the coals are lit, you can see. So we're gonna kick these back over here like this. And throw some wood here so we can get it going. We're gonna take our grate, we're gonna pop it on here just like so. We're gonna get nice and warm, clean this off, and we wanna make sure this guy closes. He does. We've got our flue open just enough so that we can get some fire going there. And then we've got this flue going right here. I'm gonna close this right here so that it's open just like 2 fingers worth, 3 fingers worth. And we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna give it probably a good 45 minutes, come up to temp, and then we're gonna throw our steaks on. All right, everybody, our temp is good. Here are beautiful pork steaks. Beautiful, beautiful sear on them. So what we want to go ahead and do is when you're building one of these, you want to try to get the steaks as far away from the coals as possible. This is like a Texas direct heat method. So I'll link something up here so that you can go ahead and read about it if you like. But basically, cowboys used to go out on the range and they used to go ahead and heavy season pork, and they used to sort of like put it by the fire and let the coals directly cook it. And that's kind of what we're doing here today. So we're gonna pop these guys on, and we're gonna flip them every half hour. That's pretty much the rule of thumb. So they're gonna sit there like this. The heat's gonna come up from the back up to the forward, bay at the top. We want it to be around 325 degrees. And it should take probably an hour and 45 minutes, 2 hours, 2 hours and 50 minutes to cook. So we'll come back in a half hour, give it a little spritz, and that'll be that. All right, everybody, so temp is great. Let's open this sucker up. Oh yeah. Been a half an hour. These things look amazing. We got plenty of charcoal still down there, so I just want to take it. Oh yeah, there we go. We don't need the spritz yet, though. I will probably come out in the next time and spritz the top of these. Let them go for another half hour and come checking them later. All right, we're still sitting around 350, which is great. Oh, so we are an hour in. We got lots of great wetting going on in here. They're nice and hard as a rock, which is normal. That's what we're looking for. We're looking for this jerky style texture on the exterior and pillowy inside. You see we're starting to get it right there and there. Okay, we're gonna let this go for another half hour and then we'll come back and check on it. All right, we're still sitting around that 350 degrees. Oh yeah, those are definitely gonna need sprayed. So we are an hour and a half in. Oh yeah. Oh, this is what we're looking for. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh, look at that. Looks amazing. A little bone coming out right here. Oh, and it really wants to wiggle out. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go get my spray and we're gonna spray these. I'm gonna talk to you all about that. So here's my spray. This is equal parts Worcestershire apple cider vinegar and water. And we just wanna kind of bathe it on there like so. It just helps keep building those layers of flavor. Stops us from drying out so that it doesn't burn. Looks much better now. Okay, so we're gonna drop it, let it go for another half hour, and then we're gonna temp it and see what temp it's at. All right, we're still at 350. I ended up moving one of them. So this guy is done. He looks amazing. Gonna pop him right here in a couple of tabs of butter. Gonna let him foil boat here, which I'll show you in a moment. This guy still needs just a little bit longer, but he's really, really close to being done. So let me show you what this is gonna look like here in a moment. We're basically gonna go ahead and take this, foil it up around it like so that she looks like that. Put her on the grill and let that keep going. And we're gonna do the exact same thing to this one. All right, and now they both look, we're gonna let them sit here for another 20 minutes. We're gonna pull them off, pop them on here, and then they're gonna go in our toaster oven and have a nice long rest. Okay, so this is my secret weapon so that I can get phenomenal interior. So I've got a toaster oven. I set it at 150 degrees. I put it in for about 2 hours. This is a little smaller piece that came off first. This is a larger piece. And as you can see, it's very, very much perfect. So we're gonna have that texture on the exterior and that pillowy soft texture on the interior. This is a guy I just put in here, and as you can see, oh, it's muddy. So what we're gonna do is, I like these methods because I can let them rest. And so when I look at the clock, it's only 1:30 and we're not eating till 4:30. So this is gonna sit in here for 3 hours at this temp in all that butter. And it's just gonna get softer and softer and better and better. And when it's done, I'll pull it out for you guys. I'll pull some of it apart and I will show you exactly what it looks like. But until then, we're gonna let them rest. All right, everybody, here we go. It's been about 2.5 hours. This looks and smells like amazing. So I thought I'd get it out and kind of show you what it's gonna look like here. So let's go ahead and head inside. All right, and here are our pork steaks. Let's recap a little bit. They sat on the grill for a little over 2 hours. They went ahead and got foil boated. They got finished off in a little bit of butter. They ended up their temp being about 204 degrees. We then let them rest in our toaster oven at 150 degrees for almost 3 hours. And now they're perfect and ready to go. And look at that. Check out that smoke ring. Look at that bark. It really is giving me that pillowy inside and that crusty jerky-like exterior, along with a phenomenal smoke ring, and that's exactly what I'm looking for. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. These are just as good as I remember. I swear to God, every time I cook them, they get even better. And you've got these juicy little nibbly bits that are left over for later. Ah, that was great. Here's what I like to say about this. As good as they are right now, if I take this guy and I pop him in a takeaway container and I put him in the fridge and I eat him tomorrow, he's even better. All those flavors have marinated together. The textures get even better when they're cold. I'm telling you, it's better than smoked pastrami if you've ever had that before. This stuff is delicious. Wow. It's even better with the butter. So thank you for everyone for watching today's episode. If you like this kind of content, please go ahead and smash that like button below. If you're not subscribed, please go ahead and consider hitting subscribe. Join us for all the fun things that we get into on a weekly basis. And if you have any questions, please go ahead and pop them down below and have a fantastic barbecue week.